So welcome back to the Female Dota 2 Southeast Asian League Season 2. My name's Maya, and joining me tonight, actually doing the cast and entertaining you guys tonight, will be DotaYoshi, Vinnie, and Andytron from Australia.
Yes, Australia.
Yeah, badass.
Much silence.
I don't know, I
Alright.
thought you were going to continue, and then it was just nothing. It was like,
Yeah, it's
did I
just
say
like
something?
I thought you were going to go on with that.
I'm sorry, I was about to cough and I said such a lot of things.
So you put us in this awkward situation, how dare you?
Sorry, I have none. Well, actually, I have no more none, so I have none of none now.
Okay. Well, captivating start here.
Useful
with-
information.
That's right. With Team Freya
10
banning
seconds remaining.
nothing as of yet.
Because there's no Narn,
5
right?
seconds remaining.
They've banned nothing. Dave, what do you think of this ban?
Invoker, I'm extremely pleasantly surprised. Well, I'm not surprised, but I'm just happy to see him going.
Well,
I think Team Freya-
we've seen what the Invoker did for the Angels in the last couple of games. So
Yeah, I think Freya also did, so they know not to give away that Invoker to Angels, because we saw a very mean Invoker, EMP Tornado just ripping through those heroes, and
It's
once
just-
again, Angels, they're taking down that Weaver.
it's just me if they first ban Weaver every single game so far that we've seen.
5 seconds. 5
Well,
seconds.
some
they have.
teams don't just, have heroes that they never want to go up against because it's just one of those key heroes that always get through them, or they just don't know how to deal with. So
I totally agree
I
with that.
respect them for getting rid of the Weaver purely because they might not be comfortable going against it. So if you get rid of the weak heroes you're going against, then you can play against more of the stronger lineups, and you can kind of limit what certain teams can do, like just with a Weaver in general, due to how elusive he is.
I mean, I will also say in the FSL that Weaver has been played about 70 to 80% of the time, so, and majority of the time it has been to great success.
Okay, so my open mic is on now. Hopefully people can hear me. Yay!
Why'd you take it off? Shakes fists
Dire
angrily.
team pick.
Well, you know.
So we do see Team Freya, they're taking down that Shadow Shaman, get rid of that lockdown, get rid of that pushing potential coming out from those Serpent Wards. We know that the Serpent Wards can be a disaster in team fights. You throw that down, you can split heroes up, you can catch heroes, you can just get rid of towers, and all because it's physical damage, it does so much damage. I think it's about 37 damage per Serpent Ward at level 1, and that coming from 10 wards is a lot of damage that can be coming your way. So I like getting rid of that. Team Freya, they do not want to have to put up with it. They might try and get rid of as much split pushing potential as possible, or they may have just been watching Angels and watching how they play. Get rid of the key heroes that Angels know how to play, put them off into that, put them in a position where they're not 100% comfortable with their heroes, so they play off their game and then take advantage from there.
What's the average MMR in these games? Do you know?
To be honest, I've never actually seen any of their MMRs. The girls, most of them actually have their profiles locked up as private as well, so it's been really difficult trying to keep track of how much their MMRs are. But
Did they mention why they have their profiles locked up?
uh,
Probably because they're girls.
apart
No, I
from
think
that, I think
One of the
it's
big
really more
reasons
of
to
the- yeah.
hide your account is so people can't look back at your team matchmaking history
Yeah.
and see what your team's comfortable with playing. So it just hides the ability for teams to research and, pick off what you're good at.
Exactly, because every time I go into a scrim, people just do that. People are like, they'll go and check profiles of each other just before the scrim starts, and just so annoying. People be like, "Hey, your profile's blocked," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna show you,
Dire team
what I
ban.
play."
Those punks.
But yeah, generally it's like a big giveaway, so people hide that. And continuing on with the game, we got a Centaur War Run, and we saw this a little bit earlier being run by
10
DTO?
seconds
I
remaining.
think that was their name, yeah, DTO, and they played Centaur quite
5
well.
seconds
Unfortunately, they couldn't get any
remaining.
advantage to create an effect where they could win the game. They were in positions where they could have taken it, but they didn't. But Centaur War Runner, he's got that stomp that ultimate though, Stampede, is just so effective. Getting that movement speed, getting it in the thick of the action, or even needing to use it as a retreating mechanism, it just does so well. The stomp for 2.7 seconds is also fantastic on top of the 400 damage you can do from the double edge.
I really do like Centaur Wallrunner being thrown into Captain's mode just after 6, 7, 9. Very useful.
Andy, how do you feel about these lineups that are currently forming? Do you have any thoughts or any way which these teams should go?
Honestly, from what I've seen quite a lot of games from these tournaments, they go a little bit all over the place, and then towards the end of the draft, I sort of figure out what each team is trying to do. But Centaur, I've seen quite a few games with this hero, and it's been to a huge success. I mean, as you were talking about, Stampede is an amazing if you want to get straight into the thick of things and you want to just push the aggression, or you can just use it to save one of your teammates and just bail. Basically, it's just like get out jail free card if the ulti's up. And also Ancient Apparition being that strong support hero that he's been for quite a bit of time now. And Bristleback always been relatively annoying within a meta. Just like if you can't burst him down for quick enough, he is going to continue to burst with quill sprays, and the damage is just going to get way too intense for any team to handle. And Nyx Assassin just being that annoying support hero if he's willing to
douchebag ganker.
Yeah, exactly right. He's just like, I'm going to pick on one of your cores, and it's going to be extremely annoying. So I'm just waiting to see what Freya and Angels go with these next couple of picks.
And speaking of picks, we do see the bans come out. We see a Tinker and the PL going down by Team Freya, so they were definitely watching Angels and their play. Yeah, it's like you're not having these heroes. It's almost the direct lineup of their last game. They just get rid of it.
Games, exactly.
It actually is.
So, poor Angels there. They're going to be sitting a little bit out of their comfort, but of course they'll be able to play more heroes. Just not the heroes they want to run. And Viper and the Death Prophet will be taken down by Angels. They don't want to have to go up against these tanky heroes, because the tankier heroes are, the less effective Nyx Assassin is. And now we see a Crystal Maiden picked up. She's generally always good in most lineups. She has AoE, she's got lockdown, and best of all, she can jungle by herself, getting those early levels in gold.
First time Angels have picked up Crystal Maiden. I think they didn't pick them up in the last 2 games that we were around for.
No, they did not.
It'll be interesting to see how they play her.
10 seconds remaining.
It'd be nice to see which side decides to, how they're going to run their mids, because, I mean, you've got your supports and offlaners pretty much picked up. Centaur Warrunner, I would say we'll be seeing him ran as the offlane hero, with AA being one of your supports. They'll be looking for a second support, and there we go, the Earthshaker comes on down, and this kind of looks familiar to a recent match we just saw.
It does, doesn't it?
Centaur, Earthshaker, and AA. So... nice lineup. They've got a little bit of they've got a fair bit of magic damage and a lot of burst in AoE. I mean, you have Echo Slam, you've got that Fisher, you've got a lot of lockdown there. Then you've got follow-up lockdown coming from Centaur, Warrunner, and the AA. So they've got a lot of damage in that. Now they're going to be looking for the right clickers. I'd like to see their mid hero be possibly a TA or another big right-clicking hero, and then of course your main carry will be in that safe lane.
In fact, Dave, is this not the exact lineup they played last game in the offlane dire for? They had a Warrunner, AA, and Earthshaker, yes? Or was it a Sand King they had last game?
D2 had a Sand King last game.
Against the Luna. Against the Radiant Luna in bottom lane.
That was a Sand King.
It was a Warrunner. Maybe it was the first game.
It was Warrunner and...
The Sand King was... The Sand King was on the Luna's team, if I'm not wrong.
No.
5 seconds.
The Sand...
I can't remember now. I'm all confused.
The Sand King was on the Luna's team?
Yeah, the Sand King was on the Luna's team. But the Warrunner we saw was the first game. It was Warrunner and someone else up against an Alchemist, Naga Siren, and the other one that I can't remember.
Okay, so not quite as similar as I thought it would be, but there is that Warrunner. That counts for at least a third. I'm 1/3, right?
I'm not going to give you that one.
10 seconds remaining.
So we do see a Zeus coming up. That's more AoE damage, or not more AoE, even though he does have that Zeus ultimate and that HP reduction for being in the vicinity when Zeus casts a spell. But the problem with Team Freya at the moment, they have so much magic damage. One BKB coming from any of these heroes negates this entire lineup, and that's not what you need. I personally would prefer to TA, as I did mention, or another big right-clicking hero, because the more magic damage you have, the more effective a BKB is. For just 3,000, actually I think it's 4,100 for BKB, it's going to negate the entire team, and you're going to be tanky. I would personally like to see, I would say, maybe a gyrocopter being picked up for Angels. It's a good flash farmer. You've got a Magnus, you throw that on top of a cooldown. With cooldown on top of the reverse polarity will do a lot of damage.
Followed by the Crystal Maiden freezing field there, and whatever spikes that cool spray that Bristleback can throw at him. This also, though, with the Magnus, this could work against Angels if they don't play the Magnus properly. They could just RP that Earthshaker, and then skewer him back, and then it'll be one of those Magnus no moments where Earthshaker would just cast Echo Slam and kill all of Magnus's team. That's also the other danger, and that's happened before. So he's got to be very careful with that Earthshaker. He's got to be very careful with RPing and skewering that Earthshaker.
Yeah. So now we're just going to be waiting on the carriers. Both sides have decided to ban out the Luna and the Lifesteal's going down. I would have liked if Angels had also picked up the Lifesteal. I mean, instead of ban it, purely because of that's Lifesteal's Rage. You've got magic damage protection against all these heroes, which would be fun to get through. But we won't be seeing Lifesteal being picked up in this game. And they're going to be thinking of who their main carry will be. And who do you think they should pick up?
I would like to see Gyro personally. Just from that cooldown RP combo, Crystal Maidens, Freezing Field, all that. That would be a deadly combo against Team Freya.
Personally, myself, I'd rather see Ember. Just with Battle Fury and Empower, it is just amazing what they can do. But if they decide to go with a farming Sanking, or I'm not really sure.
They are doing combo wombo, aren't they? They are going.
Yeah, that's just the wombo of combos right there. So I guess it will be farming Sanking in my opinion then.
This whoa. So we've actually I think we might have a Bristleback in the safe lane.
You reckon?
We have your carry Bristleback.
Not offlane Bristleback. Okay, the Nyx Assassin offlane. So we've got Mag middle to the farming Bristleback for with Crystal Maiden and Sand King. Yeah.
Because I mean, you need physical damage to be your carry, and that's the only person I can think of is Bristleback.
Bristleback does have that.
I mean, why not? Why not Sand King offlane? Simply because he does have the escape mechanism in terms of Burst Strike as well as Sandstorm. Nyx Assassin, of course, does have the Spike Carapace, but that's much about it.
Then you've also got your Magnus who's got his Skewer.
True, but I think in this Magnus would probably go mid as opposed to the Nyx Assassin mid, just because he wants to get that RP earlier. That RP might be more important, I think, than the Vendetta.
And now, let's get introducing these teams. On the side of Angels, you have Yokasi here. We'll be picking up your Nyx Assassin. Chris will be picking up your Sand-King, and we do know Chris, she does like to play that offlane hero, so we should be seeing an offlane Sand-King. Your Panzer will be picking up your Magnus, will be rotated mid. Kim on your Crystal Maiden. And finally, but not least, Nashley will be taking your Bristleback.
And on the Dire team, we have Yokasi on the Nyx Assassin. Did you just
I just called out the Radiant, yes.
30 seconds to battle.
Sorry?
I called out the Radiant, yes.
Called out the Radiant. Okay, then I'm going to call out the Dire there. So you've got Yokasi on the Nyx Assassin.
That's still Radiant.
Sorry. It's late. You've got Alex on the mid Zeus. You've got Emsky on the War Runner, which looks like she's going the offlane. You got Rice or Reese on the Farming Spectre, and she will be backed up by Addy on the Ancient Apparition and Banana Burger on the Echo slamming Earthshaker.
Hashtag fire Vinnie 2014.
Yeah, I know. What is going on?
So now we're getting into into the match, and the lanes, they look pretty predictable. I mean, there's an aggressive trialing coming out from Angels. You got your Crystal Maiden, Nyx Assassin, combined with that Bristleback, who we did presume would be that carry, as you know. Those three to 2 lockdown against a Spectre. Spectre, she's not going to have a fun time. She's one of the slowest farming carries in the game, and if you're going to be harassed by 2 supports, you're going to get nothing. You're going to have nothing, and you're not going to be able to do anything. And this could be a very big problem for Freya if they do not rotate in. It looks like here we come. The 2 supports are coming up, the Earthshaker and the AA. But the problem I have is, will they be able to open enough room for the Spectre to be able to get in there and get these last hits?
I think I totally called the Spectre a vengeful spirit before. Did anyone notice that?
Was that me? Or?
No, that was me when I was cheating. I'm pretty sure I said reason on the vengeful spirit.
we need a new Vinnie. Maya, find us a new
so.
Vinnie.
my mind is in disarray.
Yeah, because you've been actually, flirting.
I know. I'm just thinking about other things.
But anyway, I just really like to see this bottom lane matchup. Like, it's SK versus Centaur, which I generally think that Centaur would win. Sankey, he needs the needs the bit of levels to be effective, and Centaur is just a Centaur basically. It's just to be able to stun to stop the Sandstorm, maybe even being caught by a double edge. But we'll have to see how that matchup pans out. In the middle lane, we do have Magnus picking up a Quelling Blade straight up, which is not what I regularly see, and it does have that magic wand, so knowing that it's probably going to be spamming Arc Lightning, which is very, very... Every Zeus does that nowadays, if I'm not wrong.
Mechanics question. If Centaur double edges next to the Sand King while the Sand King's in Sandstorm, if he does double edges another creep, does that hit Sand King?
No.
It shouldn't, no.
Okay.
One thing I'd like to mention though, Sand King, I'm personally not in favor. I would personally think that a Sand King would beat a War Runner. Purely because if you pick up 1 point in Caustic Finale and you go for your stun route, you get a few hits on those creeps. If Centaur walks in to get any last hits, jump through the creeps, Caustic Finale pops off and you win. In my opinion, Sand King is probably the best one-on-one hero when it comes to melee heroes, because it's so strong. However, Chris has decided to go for the defensive route and pick up 2 points in Sandstorm, and at top lane we've got a little bit of initiation going. Fissure comes out, the Cold Feet come out, nice stun, but it took too long. He turned around, and they're not going to be able to find it there. They turn it back around. Artie, he's in a lot of trouble. Can they get it off? He's got to stun up in 3 seconds. 2, 1, they're going to have to call it off. The damage there now. Unfortunately, the salve has been cancelled. Will they get the final auto attacks? The stun is once again there. Fissure comes through. He's trying to find one more auto attack. He doesn't have the movement, but yes, he does. On top of the desolation coming out from being hit, he finds himself a kill. And now Crystal Maiden, she's in a lot of trouble. She's got Cold Feet on her. She will be able to get on out of there, even with her abysmally slow movement speed. And first blood going to Freya.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well done, Reese.
So yeah, I do really like what you said there, actually, about a Caustic Finale. It is right. Any melee versus Sand King, you are absolutely right. Caustic Finale is able to time it with the stun. SK probably wouldn't for that lane, but not deciding to do that really does put SK in a bit of a deficit in this lane. This last tip was, there's not really much to really talk about. Magnus leading the way, as probably should be against this Zeus, with leading with Shockwave. He's actually forced to bottle Croak because the supports are rotating. But other than that, it's just like this offensive trial is doing a bit of work, but defensive trial gets first, and Nyx Assassin stun is actually going to miss, going a little bit off target.
Actually, might have a problem down bottom here. The courier, it's coming through. They've spotted out, and actually, that was Radiant's courier. What is Radiant's courier doing there anyway?
Safety.
Yoshi. Too
I
excited.
I thought that was Dire's courier. I saw Sand go to it. I'm like, oh my god. And yeah, nothing. At the top lane, we might see AA get caught out, gets hit by the stun. Mid lane, Magnus does pick off the Zeus. At the top lane, there's a lot of action going on. AA will go down to the final auto attack, and the Cold Feet lands onto Bristleback. Bristleback's trying to man up. He's throwing out those quills. We might have a little bit of trouble for him, but Freya, I mean, not Freya. Yes, Freya will have to back off. Reese is in a lot of trouble. Another stone coming out from Nyx Assassin. Yorikasi here is herding them like sheep at the moment. Kim's taking a lot of damage from these creeps and will have to rightfully back out. And Fissure does land. They're going to go for the Crystal Maiden. So much damage coming out from these creeps. Creeps get tanked away by the Bristleback, and Crystal Maiden will be able to get on out of there. She throws out the Crystal Nova. It's not going to land, but Reese, she's in a lot of trouble at the moment. Bristleback will get away, and now Nyx Assassin's trying to come from behind the tower. Unfortunately, not enough mana on the Earthshake to block her in there, and there's just a lot of action. Now Magnus has decided to rotate up here. She's got her reverse polarity. Will she get on two? She gets on two. Cold Feet, nice stun coming through. God's Wrath coming on through, killing one off, and now Magnus is hidden behind the tower. Creeps are chasing her in. She's not going to be able to get on out, but she does find herself a kill. She's going to try and eat through a tree. She's trying to use the branch to get on through as well, and, well, Fissure and Magnus die. Magnus, there we go. Magnus finally dies to the creeps. I'm a little bit disappointed with the Earthshake. If Earthshake had stood around there, she could have picked up the XP and gold from that kill being in the vicinity. However, she had to back away because there was a Bristleback on her tail. If we do want to have a little look at the net worth graph currently going on in the game, we have Magnus. She's sitting on 2,800, sitting pretty up on top of the leaderboards. Going to be working towards something. What's she spending her money on? Spent it on the Arcane Boots and she TP's mid. You got Bristleback sitting next on 2,300, be working towards finishing her boots. And then finally after that you've got the Zeus. Zeus is not doing too bad in that mid lane, it's getting on 2.1k. He's got a bottle double damage up, so Magnus does try to get a little bit aggressive. She will be able to turn around and possibly find herself a kill.
I'm just noticing that Magnus actually has very good farm for this time in the game, actually. Yeah, I mean, she's averaging about 5 a minute, which is decent. Which is decent, to be honest.
And not to mention, she's picked up 2 kills of her own. She rotated top, and speaking of top, we might see a little bit of an engagement going on here. Naturally, she's getting aggressive. She's trying to force something out. They throw out the Cold Feet. The Fissure comes through, but it traps the wrong hero on the wrong side. They're going to be going against the Bristleback, but that's not the hero you want to have separated. He will turn around, and he will kill your entire team. We have a TP coming in from the Zeus. They could turn this around. They could get a lot of damage. There is a God's Wrath. Nice impale coming out by Cassie, holding them down, but she gets zapped. Throw out the God's Wrath. God's Wrath comes flying on down. What a hero, very low health. There goes the skill, shutting down the Earthshake. It's 2-for-1 fight at the moment, but they lose a Spectre. 2 supports for a Spectre and an Earthshaker. That's a very nice trade for Angels. Freya, it's not what they wanted to look for.
No. Oh!
Yeah, Spectre just caught a little bit of that position. They're just going for that Crystal Maiden kill. And just, yeah, Stampede was used. I think Spectre just used it a bit too aggressively there. And we're just... As a player, as a general Spectre pick, I was just like, but anyway, in the top lane we do have Magnus trying to bat out the Fissure, it's on the Sand King, but the stun is level 3, so Skewer misses, here comes the stun, and finally here comes just the auto attacks, but the Sandstorm actually picked up the kill, which is actually level 4 already.
Sandstorm killing.
Anyway, as a player with the Spectre, if I see it picked in in a semi-professional game or scrim or whatever you like to call it, you get past 25 minutes, and then you got to be really, really cautious of what she's doing. You got to check her farm every couple of seconds. We do our best getting popping out a stun and the epicenter as well. Maybe even going for this kill, but she pops that ulti into stuff like Stupid Weaver to where is the question. TP's to the ball lane, try to get a kill on the Magnus as well. But Skewer comes out, uses the RP on 2 of them as well. It's a really nice power, and here comes the Shockwave to finish off the Centaur, and that'll be the death. That's after Centaur, and Spectre we'll just be in the spot there saying, well, my teammate just died.
And then now I'm almost going to die. One more Shockwave can take him down. And a lot of aggression coming up to top lane. I mean, you've got the Bristleback sitting between tier 2, tier 3 tower. The supports rotating from Angels, getting so aggressive. I mean, it's not even 10 minutes into the game, and they're already behind the tier 2 tower, working and chipping on at it. What can Freya do at this point?
Pray that Spectre finds farm, and Zeus can pull off a lot of damage with his spells and not get caught out of position, in my opinion.
I mean, Zeus can always find a lot of damage. I mean, he's such a strong burst hero, but he's starting to fall behind in levels. You look at the levels. You got Magnus, he's sitting on 11. You got Sand King 9, Zeus at 8. He's been rotating so much, and actually they're going in mid lane. We will see a stun. It lands onto 2 heroes. We have a Sandstorm straight away. Doesn't have the Epstein invade. We did see it used earlier. We have the Stomp coming down, lands onto 1. Zeus picks off Nyx Assassin. AA will fall to the Magnus. Magnus is going to try and chase them away. Sand King's got to stun up and run it. He will land on 1. Nice fissure coming through, blocking those heroes underneath the tower, comes skewing on in. He will fall to the double edge, but Bristleback, he will pick up a double kill very, very shortly. No, he won't. Sand King will decide to pick that up. Stuns through onto poor Banana Burger. Banana Burger will just fissure, try and hold Krish, but he's got no support, so Sand King should be able to get out of there without too much hassle. And Addy, he ran the wrong way. He went for the Bristleback. Bristleback picks up a haste, and he should be fairly fine. So another big engagement going to Angels.
After that engagement, we've got about 5,000 gold and experience going towards Angels there.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, SK's already got almost his Blink Dagger up, or her Blink Dagger, sorry. And, you know, that's going to be a lot of pain for Freya at the moment, because, you know, they have a lot of squishy heroes at the moment. Earthshaker, 800 HP is not that bad. AA, 500. Zeus, 800. Centaur.
And actually, we have a Blink and RP into mid lane. Still back. Shockwave's going to come in through. And that's an instant kill onto the AA. Using an RP, though, for just an AA, I'm not 100% sure, but at least you got the kill.
Yeah. I mean, Angels are just looking for pickoffs left, right, and center, and they're getting anything they can get. I mean, Spectre, she's got farm up majority of what she can, but, you know, I don't think it will be enough in the end, personally.
Man, look at that damage. Just throwing out 1 big, strong lightning bolt, and Nyx Assassin dropped to under half HP. It's just, especially squishy against the Zeus at the moment. I mean, all of these heroes are, I mean, Zeus could potentially just burst down a Crystal Maiden, Nyx Assassin, or a Sand King whenever he finds them alone. But at the moment, Zeus can't carry a team. He needs that Spectre to come online. She's the slowest farmer of the game. She's not going to come online until about the 20-25 minute mark. As you said earlier, down in bottom lane, we have a nice skewer. Stomp, he stampedes away, and he's out of there. Zeus throws out the ulti, but it will not find a kill. Spectre jumps on in, trying to get in there, and he will find himself a kill on the Sand King, and that's what you do need, and it was a killing spree, so he picks up a little bit extra gold on top of it. Zeus will ward off the Bristleback. Bristleback's going to have to fall back and get away from there. I really feel as if some of these heroes need to start picking up a little bit of vestments, or one of them start working towards a pipe, which Bristleback is going towards the mechanism before pipe.
I mean, the supports on Angels are really, really acceptable to their Zeus. I mean, as you said, basically, if he finds anyone for any of these supports or the Sand King, he's able to 1v1 the pre-V or burst them down. You know, the Spectre, as we keep saying, needs to get online as quick as possible in the next 10 to 15 minutes, or else this AA, who's only level 3, is just going to keep dying over and over and over again. The Earthshaker possibly never will get his Blink Dagger at this rate, or getting it very, very slowly.
Oh, level 3. It's going to hurt an AA. I mean, you need him level 6 for these team fights. I mean, both sides have these team fight potentials. You got Zeus and Spectre for the global. You have AA for the global, but 13 minutes in, still level 3. I mean, that's not going to help. I mean, look at this mid lane. If you had the AA ult right now, there'd be a dead Nyx Assassin. There'd be one very close to dying Bristleback, maybe an additional lightning bolt, and you'd ward them off your mid tower. There's nothing they can do there. And down in bottom lane, they get aggressive. Magnus finds a kill. Sand King finds a kill. They both have Blink Daggers, so that's even more initiation towards this, and they might even find themselves a tier 1 tower in mid very shortly. And Nyx Assassin comes on from behind. Vendetta impale. He will get hit by the cold feet, but it doesn't really matter. The tower is aggroed onto the creep, and now it will pick him off for a little bit more. Krish trying to ward him off the backlines. We have a stomp coming out by Centaur. Sand King's bow strikes up the cliff, and she does get herself away out of harm's reach. And God's Wrath comes on through. They're trying to find where that Sand King went, but Sand King's already on and out of there. Now they got the Spectre Haunt. They're going for the kill. Can they pick him off? They got the Nyx Assassins down, but unfortunately, Spectre, she jumped to a hero too fast. If she'd held it off a little bit longer, she would have got herself a double kill.
Sand King kill right there. Sand King blinks out.
Reese has found her. Reese has got herself a kill. Blink Dagger in 3 seconds. Unfortunately, Burrowstrike does not dislodge projectile, so she will go down.
By that dagger.
Reese, she's now getting the farm she desperately needed, but It looks like she's going towards Diffusal and not going for the Vanguard it originally looked like she was trying to go for.
I think Diffusal's a pretty good pickup right now because, you know, they're lacking, Freya's lacking in the damage department as of yet. I mean, do a Nyx Assassin with the Vendetta right now trying to get this kill. Here goes the Vendetta hit and the stun, and Magnus with an RP securing that kill, you know, and with the skewer, it will be enough, but the Fisher may be able to disable life, and Shiki will be able to get over the cliff walking, and but Nyx needs to land the stun, he needs to land the stun 1 second, but he actually uses Carapace, and it's not the right call. And Spectre will be able to. Zeus is actually trying to burst him down as well, but Nyx living on a slither of life with the chain lightning will be enough. And suddenly Earthshaker's out of position right now between the SK and the Magnus, but you know, suddenly there's the pause here, and the Stampede comes out as well, and the SK is channeling up an epicenter with that needs to be stopped. And Zeus walks into the middle of it and is out of position as well. Now that the Bristlebacks here, everyone's coming down here for a bit of a fight. SK comes in with a little bit of stun in the Ancient Apparition as well. But the Fisher, really well placed Fisher, blocks some AA on the other side, but the Cold Feet needs to get on this Bristleback, but Blink Dagger, really well played from SK right there, will secure that kill.
Freya, they started off that fight so well, and then they decided to stay around a little bit longer. I mean, you got the Spectre out of that's all that mattered. You found yourself a pick-off. You should stay behind your tier 1 tower then. You know the rest of Angels are rotating. You know how potent their lineup is. Unfortunately for Freya, they stuck around for too long and they just lost the advantage they won in that fight.
That Spectre was so lucky that Magnus missed his shockwave. That's why.
Gotta blink in, nice stomp on the ground, double edge blades, hurting a lot of heroes, but they're still gonna run. Echo Slam picks off one. Their second hero from the Echo will kill off that Bristle, and now Centaur's got to get on out. They're skewed back, but away from his tower, and he will fall. But the Earthshaker, hero of that fight, is going to be working towards his Blink Dagger. He's only 700 gold off.
Yeah, ever since Freya, Team Freya have gotten a few kills, that everything's going their way, and Zeus still a little bit behind in terms of gold and everything like that. Not the best farm in the world, but you know, all that Zeus need is levels, and you know, suddenly he's got a lot of damage output just from just one spell coming for his W. It's just amazing what Zeus can do with just basically one spell underneath his shoulder. We do have Kim on the Crystal Man here looking for this kill spell, so Nyx Assassin's actually Vendetta, but I think Zeus has enough help to secure the fact that he won't die from these two supports. But Spectre is finding that farm, does have the Diffusal play now, and I do recommend that this, but SK does try to stun, just gotta be a little bit annoying towards the Spectre, and I don't know, may even go for more. I'm not really sure if SK wants to do something.
There's TP spots coming on in. Earthshaker is here to get that fissure out, trying to slow him down. The Nyx Assassin, will the Nyx Assassin be able to hold him off? Nice Echo Slam, gonna slow them down a little bit longer. Sandking's in a little bit of trouble now. They're turning back around. Sandking, she should die here. She's not gonna be able to escape. She does Burrow Strike, but she's stuck in the trees. She blinks, creeps a founder. Centaur Warrior will not allow her to live. Another fissure comes on through. At the same time, we have lost the Crystal Maiden elsewhere on the map. Now Bristleback's in a lot of trouble. Do they wish to continue engaging? Earthshaker's trying to get into position to lock her down with the fissure, gets the totem slam going on down, holding just a little bit longer. Nice impale coming out. Reese with nice stomp coming out with the Wrath of God. This will be the death of the Bristleback. Will be able to take anyone with him. He will not, and that's a very good fight from Freya. Big overextension coming from Angels.
Yeah, this is very, very scary. I mean, suddenly Spectre has gotten past that early game mark, and now she's got 1.3k in the bank, and suddenly the Diffusal Blade has got to start packing a punch once she starts getting Desolate levels, and that's going to be really, really scary.
And now Magnus, she's rotating up. She's all by herself. She's trying to find a potential kit. She's found one. She throws out the shockwave. She's going to go for the skewer. Nice stomp coming out by Centaur. They're doing so much damage. Magnus, she can't go anywhere. She finally skews. She RPs, wastes an RP, and she will die for it. She got overconfident, and she should not have went alone. But a very nice stun coming out by Emsky.
Yeah, just a lot of overextension.
Down for the next potential engagement too. I don't know, I'm not sure about that use of RP there. I guess it would have been worth it if the Spectre died from it, but unfortunately not.
Suddenly, in the matter of minutes, AA has reached his level 7. You know, it's not really too much, but it has got level 6, and you know that's what better for him to have that upgraded along the way. But,
well, she showed us, didn't she?
We have Blink Dagger on Earthshaker. We're going to see a big dunk coming up soon. We have actually a little bit of aggression coming out by Cassie. She's Vendetta up. Nice stun. Vendetta's going to land. Impale will also hit. This should be the death. We have a nice fissure. Nice stun. Will we see an Echo Slam? Echo Slam does come out. We do see 2 deaths. Very quick deaths.
Wow.
The epicenter, not enough to find the kills on Freya. 3 quick and painless kills. 4th kill going in the backgrounds with the Spectre jump into that Crystal Maiden. And now there's a Magnus. She's all alone, and we know how Panther likes to play. She'll probably stay aggressive, and she may get herself picked off. She should just retreat right now before they do find herself the 5th kill.
And for some reason, yeah, Spectre was actually stuck on that cliff for probably about 6 or 7 seconds. But you know, just Spectre will dagger off. You know, a lot of misplays coming out here. I mean, sure, that was a very, very nice initiation to the out of position twos, but you know, AALT, Fisher, Stomp, Echo Slam, Double Edge. It just wasn't just too much damage to handle. And you know, without a pipe, it's something that Angels really need. I mean, Mech was popping. You know, AALT just
need some rotation here, I think.
On the regeneration. So teamfight was lost.
And now Spectre, she's just getting so hard to kill now. I mean, she was so far behind. Angels did a nice job of keeping her behind, but then she started to pick up these few kills. She's now 9 for 1. She hasn't died for such a long time. There's been so many close calls, but they just haven't been able to cut it yet. And one thing I want to bring your attention to, what do you feel about this Magnus working towards a refresher? I mean, will she have enough mana to cast it is the question.
She's armed with a bottle and arcane boots. I think it'll be okay.
You've also got to remember that now Blink Dagger doesn't cost any mana at all. Sure, it didn't cost a lot of mana in the previously, but now we can see an engagement and you guys take it away.
Stomp going on middle lane at the same time. Sand King and the Nyx Assassin going the other way. It's Crystal Lane throws down Wrath of God, comes from the sky. They will find themselves 2 kills on the side of Freya. They might even look to go down. Panzer, please, just back off before you get yourself killed. She's still gonna go, she gets an RP onto 2 heroes, starting to get hit by the lightning bolt. Spectre, she jumps on in, she's gonna be working her way through the background. We do see Panzer, she goes down after she RPs and tries to get on out of there, but you had no team to back you up. She wasted an RP once again, she got herself killed. Nice stomp, coming out by the Centaur. Totem Slam with the punch to the face, and Centaur
all those stuns, too many stuns.
But Freya, they've taken this game back. I mean, look at the Goldcraft. Goldcraft's almost back to even. With this tower, they're going to go ahead, and the XP is so far down in favor of the Dire side. They're over 12k ahead.
It's a crazy looking XP draft there, Dave.
Crazy doesn't even say it. It just shows how Angels have been playing. They've just been playing too aggressive. I mean, sure, aggression works, but once your aggression starts getting you killed, starts making you run in one by one by one, it's time to just cool it off, wait for Freya to make the engagements, because we have an epicenter being channeled, but a nice fissure coming on through, shutting down Krish. And now Nyx Assassin, she's looking. She's found Reese, gets the Impale, gets the Vendetta. Nice stun coming on through. Unfortunately, Centaur does get an Echo Slam early onto 1. There's no creeps around to help out there. Magnus will miss the skewer, does not have an RP available. Wrath of God, once again, coming from the skies, not being able to find anyone. Will Krish go down? She does Burrow Shake. Urshak is in a lot of trouble, but Reese will try and scare him off. The Stomp comes down, they find themselves 1 kill. Bristol back, still can't find herself a kill. She's going to be on the run, but we might see the death of the Centaur War running very shortly. So it's a 1-for-1 trade, but Freya did grab that mid-tier 2 tower.
Yeah, honestly, I wouldn't consider that trade even unless they caught that Spectre, because Spectre needs to die. Like, it's not even... She just needs to die. She needs to. Like, she's gotten way too far ahead. You know, even with 63 last hits, which is not really much for this at this point in time. 23 minutes, and usually we'd like to see a little bit more. But she's level 14, and she has 29 kills. She's been in for almost 20 of them, which is incredible for a Spectre to have. I mean, we do have Sand King holding down this bottom lane push, and Spectre will be able to back off. But you know, Zeus and AA is here, and I'll let you take this one away, David. They just decided to go on him.
There, she's just going to be sitting there. They don't have any revelation to get to her, though. They don't have any stuns currently on her. They need that Centaur or that Earthshaker. So Krish, she's going to be able to survive a little bit longer. She wants She wants to get that deny. She can start denying it. It is 1 HP under the threshold, as if you didn't know, it is a 10% threshold, but she's not denying it. She's just sitting there. They want to try and defend this tower. There we go. We got some denies coming out from the Crystal Maiden, but will be in time. Yes, it will, because Freya have decided to back off wisely. And actually, no. Alec, she does run up. She could be in a lot of trouble here, but unfortunately for the rest of Angels, they aren't here in time. Nyx Assassin only has brown boots. He pops the Vendetta. They did see him go under. They've thrown down the sentry ward already in preparation. So, very nice play coming out by Freya, and they've got to be able to back away safely.
We also we forgot to mention that the drafting stage. There's actually a decent global strat coming out from the Zeus, the AA, and the Spectre. I mean, sure, AA didn't even get his ulti until probably about 17 minutes into this game, or probably 16 or 15. But it's still a little bit of global strat, and it really is hurting Angel's side because Nyx Assassin is only level 8, doesn't really have much to keep himself survivable other than Carapace and Vendetta, but Vendetta uses for the initiation. Crystal Maiden does have, building towards that 4-star, does have Tranquil's being 758 HP is not really going to save you.
And I think Magnus, she's got her refresher up and running. But with the way we've been seeing these RPs go, she needs to wait for her team. If they can get a nice RP off with a team fight, then they can take this. I mean, Epicenter, RP, or double RP, Crystal Maiden with the freezing field. They can take these fights easily, so can Freya. But because Angels, they have not been playing or coordinated as well as you'd like them to see, they're just falling further and further behind. Hopefully now if the RP picked up and a little bit of talk gone towards Panzel, they will take these fights more considerately and be able to coordinate a little bit better to take the advantage or try and claw their way back into this game, because at the moment, Spectre, she's just so far ahead.
Yeah, I will also say that Bristleback and Sanking do actually have Hooded Defiance. I'm not really sure if this was a bit of miscommunication on the SK. I was just like, I'm really sick of this Zeus really hurting me and the AA. So I'm not really sure if that was a miscommunication about who's going to get the pipe. But, the push into the top lane will commence by these 4 heroes. And Centaur does spot out this SK, and SK will be in a lot of trouble here.
Oh, nice little blink to get out of there before that fissure landed, and they're going to have to get back up. One little problem with the Angels at the moment, they've started to lose a lot of map vision. They currently have 1 ward. It's down on the safe lane, their safe lane in their jungle. That's not where you want the ward, and now we've got TPs all coming back to try and defend their 2-2 tower. They're not going to be aggressive. AL will come on fighting through. It will land onto 2 heroes. Nice stomp onto 1. There goes the Crystal Maiden. God's Wrath comes flying on through. We will see the next death of the Bristleback. Will Spectre, will she be able to find the kill on the Magnus? She throws out the Spectral Dagger. It goes the wrong way, and there's the blink coming from Magnus. That Spectral Dagger landed, that was 1 dead Magnus, and that could have been 3 easy kills for Freya. But instead, they pick up 2, and they don't even lose a tier 2 tower.
Yeah, really well played from Freya. I mean, I must say, they're doing a lot of work. I mean, they pulled themselves from a very big deficit at the start of the game, and with the Spectre pickup, and Spectre pickup does pay off quite a lot, or immensely, when it gets late into. I mean, Nyx Assassin is just really caught out. But Fisher comes out as well. Cold Feet, Carapace is up, but the damage is already done. He's been stunned up for too long, and Ancient Apparition will be able to get a kill.
Not too sure what he was doing up around that area without vision, and once again, this just goes into the way Angels is playing. Aggressive for no reason, no vision, and just no real awareness, I would like to say, because they're just not working together. They're not paying attention where Freya is and the potential Freya has against them. I mean, they have 2 heroes with a blink. They're going to jump in on you. They have Spectre. She can initiate. There's 3 major heroes that can jump on you at any one time. AA coming over the top with the God's Wrath. It's just such a strong lineup. And now we have initiation in the mid. We have a nice land. He gets the skill. He's not... Will she pop the RP? She did pop the RP. She's going to use the refresher. RPs once again only lands on a hero 1. Once again, it's... RP, 2 RPs for 1 hero is not what you want to use. Epicenter's coming through, but gets cancelled. Actually, no, it doesn't. It goes on through, doing a lot of damage. It's a 2-for-2 trade. Where's Spectre? She needs to be in this fight, but she does not have her ult currently, and that's a big team fight going towards Angels. 2 for 4, because Spectre, she wasn't ready for it.
In the meantime, Spectre does have the Relic, and Earthshaker buys back into the middle with the Blink Dagger, and the Echo Slam being that's might be coming a big play from there. Spectre does have this Radiant in about 100 gold's time, and Earthshaker's trying to make a big play right here, trying to defend this tower. I'll let you take this one.
Here we go, Echo Slam comes on through with the enchant totem, takes out Nyx's assassin, nothing he can do about it. We do see the Spectre, she does haunt, but the haunt was useless, so once again it's put on cooldown, and she didn't do anything this time. And now Sand King's on the run, nice jump up to the high ground, but unfortunately Sand King's on the wrong side. Yeah, a little bit unfortunate there.
The creep wave there for the Sand King.
But at what cost? This Bristleback kind of needs... I would more like the farm to go to Bristleback at the moment. Big problem they have on the side of Angels is they don't have any... they don't have your carry anymore. They're not playing these team fights correctly. Last fight they did, however. But I mean, your RP... You used 2 RPs. First one landed on 2 heroes. Second one for a Centaur War Runner. In the end, it did work out, but if that was a bigger fight with a Spectre in it, that wouldn't have worked. But Angels, the longer this game goes on, the further behind they're going to go. And not Echo Slam, Fissure comes out fine. Crystal Maiden runs away with that haste. There's no way you're going to be catching her anytime soon. And now we do have the Rampage, or Stampede being used. Not too sure why there, but...
It's a little effect, I guess.
But as I was saying, Angels, they've got no carry. The longer this goes on, the further behind they're going to go. I mean, there's a Spectre. She's one of the hardest carries in the game, the longer the game goes on. And what do you have on Angels? You've got team fight team where it's only really paid off, I would say, 2/3 of the time. I can't even think of the fraction I want to use right now. It's paid off once out of about 13 times.
Yeah, I mean, basically, Angels are in serious trouble right now. I mean, Rise does have this Radiance. I mean, that's the item that they need to stop Magnus from getting that initiation up in the SK as well. I mean, those Blink Daggers are going to be to no effect right now. It's when the... What's that LC again? Haunt comes out. I mean, it's just going to stop the initiation. Angels are just going to be forced to run.
And Freya with nice ward position. They spot out the aggressive ward coming from Angel, so see that to be de-warded soon, or maybe even used to a sneaky advantage by Freya. I mean, they're looking to do something down in bottom lane. We do have sentry wards up and running. The smoke has been popped, so they're going to be looking to be even more aggressive. And I mean, Freya, they have the ability to do so. They've got great communication, great teamwork. They're going to be rotating through. They've got the pings down going into this bottom tower. Will they find someone in this jungle? I mean, you have 2 squishy heroes here. Nyx Assassin's going to be rotating down into him. It is nighttime vision. It just has been revealed. We do have Nyx Assassin's going to be rotating. Pops that Vendetta. I thought they had sentries. They do have sentries. The sentry is thrown down a little bit late by the AA, and now we might see a big engagement coming in. Magnus has double RP ready and willing. Another sentry's thrown down so they can keep an eye on this Nyx Assassin and where she is walking around. Crystal Maiden, she's sitting a little bit behind in the engagement. She's got a level 1 of Freezing Field, so that still does a fair amount of damage, especially if the double RP works. Skewer and Blink will not land. Shockwave will go down. And now, the Stampede, it comes on in. She wants to get in there. She gets on in there. Storm doesn't go down. The RP is not able to be used. Actually, it was used. Then the Refresher doesn't have the mana. AA throws out the ult. A lot of damage coming onto the side of Angels. RP lands onto 2, but this isn't enough. Echo Slam comes on down. 2 heroes down. 5 heroes are all going down to the God's wrath, and well, Freya, they just take that fight without a little problem. Even Addy, this one of the squishies heroes there, did not go down.
Did Love just get another item? Yes, he did.
Yeah, Love just got another item, so he's gonna be very happy about that right now.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, good. How does that work?
Where's my item?
Much luck. But anyway, like as I kept saying, like once that Spectre had that Radiance, the game was basically over. Well, it would not over. It was very, very hard for Angels to come back from it. I mean, as that team fight just slowly progressed through, it was just like, okay, team fights, everyone's slowly dying more. Well, the Radiance damage, and then the Zeus ulti just destroyed them. I think that was a triple kill by the Zeus then, so well played from Freya right there. Just really good communication and just skill coming from Freya.
And That's still one of my problems with the Magnus. I mean, once again, she's not landing the RPs you do need, and she had double RP, but she couldn't use her second one because of the mana issues. Fissure comes on through, AL comes flying on, it's only going to land onto the Bristleback. Bristleback should have more than enough health to be able to take that up. Nice stomp coming down onto 3 heroes, double edge, landed onto 2, stun comes on through by the Sand King, skill back. Addy's in a lot of trouble, he will fall, but it's only in AA. He's expendable, and Emsky caught off. He does blink because there was no damage done to him by heroes. In the base though, we have Spectre. She's trying to take on every single here. God's Wrath comes out of the sky. There's another team wipe, and Alec, she's going to be giving rares to all the heroes and all the players.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Yep, that is what happens when you can't kill a Spectre with a Radiance, and the team fight just slowly just pushes on and on with the Zeus ultimate. So yeah, that Angel's just not underestimating the tankiness of a Spectre with dispersion, and just the Zeus ultimate finishing them off. Well played by Alec and Rise right there.
I think one of the downfalls towards Angels though is they did not have that one position carry. Sure, you gave it to Bristleback, but he's one aggressive tri-lane. Bristleback is not an aggressive tri-lane hero. I mean, he doesn't have that extreme burst. He doesn't have the lockdown in these fights, so they can't actually get as many picks or as early start as possible. If they'd had him down the bottom lane and they had a proper carry, then they would have some kind of damage throughout the game. But because they don't, they've got all this magic damage and it's just not paying off for them at the moment, and they're just not timing everything correctly. They can't get multiple heroes with the RP, purely because Freya are doing very well at splitting up and keeping split up. They don't have any heroes that need to be up and close, other than a Centaur who's already in the thick of actions, already killing all your heroes. Spectre, she comes in when she wants to, when everything's being used, and Earthstaker will just slam dunk you to hell.
Yeah, especially, I mean, you're right. I mean, was it Angels that banned out Epicenter used a bit prematurely in the top lane, but you know, they're going to take advantage of that, and then the Sneak Pen comes in. Misses the stomp, SK stomps out as well. The ALT going a little bit too far, actually catches the Crystal Man, but you know, BKB is popped in, you know, there's 2 team plus going out, 2-man Echo Slam with the crease as well, and you know, ulti from Zeus just finishes them off, and another triple kill for the Zeus, and the Bristleback was not even in that fight, and look at his health. Under below 400 HP.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw that RPs just then. The one RP couldn't even get the second RP off. He died, or she died before she got the second RP off. I mean, I don't know. I'm not 100% certain on their lineup. I mean, it was a good idea, but they just haven't been able to execute it. Freya, they took advantage. They did fall behind. They've come back into the game, and now they're going to take the first game in this best of 2 series.
I mean, I was about to say, you know, in the banning stages, they banned out Luster, and I felt like that would have been the perfect pick for Angels because he has rage, but, you know, and they Bristleback, you know, just getting stunned up, getting CC'd up, just withstanding the damage load with Bristleback, you know, really decent skill, but the Stampede will come out and he does get cold feet and will eventually die.
Shaker picks up a Shadow Blade. Currently, 426 bonus damage to punch someone with. Unfortunately, both of them runs out. Oh, so much damage.
Much damage, Vinnie Mouse.
And then Trish, she's going to try to walk up here. She's got Epicenter in 3, but the game is already over. They're not going to GG yet because they want to fight to the very last breath. They don't want to see him go down. And Epicenter's being shadowed, and he gets hit by the Earthshaker's fissure. Gonna get taken a little bit of damage. RP is used, but because of the radiance, she couldn't blink on in there, so a waste of an RP. Fountain's gonna be trying to fight Centaur Warrunner. Centaur Warrunner's not gonna have any of that. We'll just walk on out of there. And a double ulti coming from Zeus. More and more rares.
Many mares, such wow. That's I'm saying, so really well played by Freya, utilising the strat from Zeus and the Spectre, you know, getting back on for fifth again, and just well played all around. Proud.
Wow, that was a riveting game, guys.
So if you do enjoy my casting, follow me at #plug. Follow me at DotaYoshi on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and if you want to, for some reason, add me as a friend, the same name for Steam.
He's not a very good friend though. How come we don't hang out together, Yoshi? Come on, dude.
So, alright.
Give me that.
With that, we will be moving on to the next game very shortly because Freya is supposed to be playing another game at 8 p.m. but their opponents haven't turned up yet, and they are still playing this game. So, bit of clash of schedules here. We'll just get back into the next game really shortly. Thank you all for tuning in on my stream. If there's any feedback, please let me know. Thank you all for watching in game as well. Hope you guys enjoy your